Hey everybody, Tony Johnson here, Customer Experience Leader. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am really excited to take this next step on our journey together. So the last couple of weeks we've been meeting after work hours to really talk about that remote work, to really talk about how you can drive the most amazing work while you're away from your office, while we're all social distancing. And this is a great place for us to talk about what we're transitioning into, because I have to tell you, I love the fact that everyone is taking this so very seriously. I know that there's a lot of great work going on out there, but I want to start thinking about what's next. I want to start tuning in on where we're going to go forward in this great adventure of ours in post-corona, if you will, post-COVID. What's that going to look like in retail, in restaurants, in healthcare, in higher education? I want to cover the gamut. I'm going to walk through a lot of these things because let's face it, we have to start thinking about what it's going to mean when we get back to our new normal. So that said, a couple of quick things. First and foremost, those of you who are social distancing, those of you who are doing the most amazing job of staying home, of not going out to the stores when you don't need to, of staying 6 feet apart. I think now we're all thinking about this whole face mask thing, and those kind of things. Thank you. Thank you to all of the organizations that have promoted work from home, all the organizations who have helped people do the right thing, all the folks who have made the sacrifices when it is so much more fun. This weekend, I wanted to go out, I wanted to go to the beach, I wanted to go out and do other things, but you know what? We did the right thing and we stayed home. And so I know it's not easy. I know it's easy to go stir crazy, and I'm a guy who has a pool in his backyard, for crying out loud, and I'm struggling with it. So for all of you who are doing that, thank you. And then the other part is, there is some heroic efforts going out there. I love this piece that Marvel and DC are doing out there, where they're talking about the fact that all heroes don't wear capes and masks, right? And I love the fact that we have such tremendous everyday heroes out there. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to the first responders. I want to say thank you to the police officers. I want to say thank you to the healthcare workers. I want to say thank you to the person who rang me up at Publix last week. You all are doing Herculean efforts. I am so proud of all the work that's going on across America right now, and those who are out there on the front line taking care of folks. And so to all of you, I just want to say thank you so much for being out there and taking care of people. You don't have that choice to socially distance because you have to take care of business. You have to make sure people are cared for, get their health care, that they can check out and get their groceries. To the restaurateurs who are doing the most tremendous takeout, the folks at the drive-thru. I went through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru the other day. Just a tremendous amount of work there. I used the mobile app, pulled up, they scanned me, grabbed my food, off I went. The line looked like it was, from Lakeland, Florida all the way to Orlando, which is quite a ways. However, it wasn't. It didn't take but a minute to get through there, so just kudos to them. So what I want to do today is sort of tee this whole thing up. And I guess I also want to talk about kind of the why. And so as we come out of the coronavirus outbreak, as we think about what's next, I want to let you all know that I'm here to help. These are going to be the tips and tricks I try to give you every day at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern that may help you when you think about what does it mean to move on past this? What does it mean to serve in this new normal? I have 3 tips for you today. You can also visit my website, igniteyourservice.com. I am happy to come and help you through this process as well. We can do this together, and please lean on me. I am your resource. So that said, first tip of the day. Think about how you're communicating with your customers right now. I want you to think about that because you are sowing the seeds of what it's going to mean to do business with them later. And there are 3 key examples that I've got today around that. The first is Delta Airlines and Hilton. Just last week, I got a note from Hilton, and later in the week, over the weekend, I got a note from Delta. It was so nice to see that they have extended my loyalty through the whole next year. And I thought that was a really nice piece. I was actually, through all the other things that we have to worry about, one of the things I was actually concerned about is what is this going to mean to the loyalty, to the points I've built up, to the status I've built up. I spent about 30 weeks on the road out training and speaking and helping folks, wow their customers. And a big part of it makes that easier for me is the fact that, I can occasionally score an upgrade. I can occasionally, get a free bag. I can occasionally, again, get those little perks that help make the travel a little more palatable, because as much as I love what I do, it's kind of a drag sometimes being on the road so much. So those perks, or the Hilton properties, being a Diamond member and getting the parking, getting the free breakfast, getting the extra water and some of the goodies that come along with that. Because again, I'm spending, 150 nights a year in their hotels. It was nice to see that they were going to extend that loyalty out. And even so far as the Delta Sky Club, really a great piece they're doing as well, extending that out so that folks can get that membership and get value out of it for a few extra months. The next one is Disney. So they're the third one I wanted to mention. Tremendous work from them when they were thinking about what they wanted to do next with their annual pass holders. And I've been an annual pass holder for a very long time. I was thrilled to see that they're not only going to extend it for the number of days that they've been closed so far, the number of days that your pass is going to be good for, but also they're going to stop taking away payments and offer partial refunds to folks who currently have their annual passes. So I think that's great because they just announced again that they're, for the foreseeable future, not going to be opening their gates. And I have to tell you, I can't wait till they open back up. I cannot wait to get back to Epcot and to Hollywood Studios. But in the meantime, it's good to know that they're trying to take care of their loyal guests, their loyal customers. And some folks, this is their one big thing they invest in every year is those annual passes because they aren't cheap, but it's great to see that they're trying to take care of them. Number two, I want you to think about your startup. So if you're closed right now, or if you're scaling back your hours, or if like restaurants and bars in some places, you're only doing takeout and delivery, what is it going to look like when you start up? Have you started to think about that? Because I believe that we are going to start seeing an opportunity to start ramping up very soon. Now, again, we need to do the right thing with our social distancing. We need to listen to the CDC. But when it's time, we got to be ready to go. So what is that going to look like for you? So think about how you're going to ramp up. Are you staying in communication with your teams? Is your leadership group ready to come back? Have you furloughed people that you need to be reaching out to? All of these things matter, because you don't want to take a chance on losing some of your best and brightest, because here's a peek behind the curtain. If you have laid people off or furloughed them, and probably you absolutely had to do that, there's some tremendous business decisions that are very tough going on out there. But just remember, this is not only a chance for your team members to take a break, but also maybe to look for other employment opportunities. This is also a chance for other organizations to be out there poaching top-notch talent. So don't be surprised if some of your folks are maybe trying to get lured away by other organizations. Stay in contact. Let them know what's going on. Make sure that you've talked about what startup's going to look like. And as you start to get dates, communicate that, because then they can start getting excited about coming back. You can start tapping into them and also making sure that they are going to be there for you when it's ready to open your doors. And then finally, we'll talk more about this specific point in a lot of future videos. And again, every day at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we're going to be here together. But think about what's going to be different. What are your guests, your customers, your consumers? What's going to be different about them when they come back? I'll give you one tip today to think about. What is it going to mean, at that moment of truth when you serve them? Are they going to be a little more standoffish? Are the guests and customers and clients that used to hug and shake hands not going to do that anymore? And what does that look like? How do you get your team ready for that? And how do you make sure no one takes it personally? So that's one tip to think about. But throughout our time together over the next several weeks, I want to be thinking about how we get ready to go. You can visit my website, again, igniteyourservice.com. You can also download my book on Amazon, Where to Start. Take a chance on it. It is a great read. You can actually get it in audio, you can get it in ebook, or you can get it in an analog paper version that you can have mailed to your house. They still do that. So again, know that there are a ton of resources out there, but take a chance, to visit my website like I talk about, subscribe to my YouTube channel, customer service trainer and speaker Tony Johnson. Again, we'll be together every day at 1 o'clock Eastern, but just remember, we are in this together. We are going to get through this together, and I am here to help you through this journey of startup post-corona. I will talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks a bunch.